This video will contain spoilers if you have not yet cleared Chapter 13 in the main game, so if you don't want to be spoiled, move along. G'day guys, Lemon Eating Cow here, and today I am back with some more Final Fantasy 15 news, and this time it will be on the episode Prompto, which is coming up on June the 27th of 2017. And previously I had shown some teaser material from it, but we've got a little bit more gameplay and a little bit more information about the gameplay now. And this was from the E3 event that was hosted by SquareEnix today. We really weren't given much information about anything else, but we were given this 5-minute clip of episode Prompto gameplay. So the episode Prompto gameplay will be a third-person shooter with a little bit of first-person shooting, and it will contain stealth elements to it as well. So you can kind of think of it almost like a Metal Gear style of game, although not as polished. And it appears that Prompto has access to a few different weapons, including melee weapons, pistols, machine guns or submachine guns, and also bazookas, as they say. So that will be interesting to try out the different weapons in this one. And it looks like for the main part it will be a type of run and gun game, but there is also some heavy stealth elements with the option to sneak up behind enemies and do a stealth kill on them. There's also the option to do some melee attacks as well. When you get into certain situations, you can initiate melee combat, and then when you get a certain prompt, you can press a button and then finish them off with like a fancy or a type of execution move. Now, as far as where the game takes place, it looks like it is established, or it takes off where Prompto falls off the train in the main story, or he gets pushed from the train, or whatever may happen. It seems that he wakes up in a kind of frosty area. We don't exactly know why he ends up there yet, but there has been hints by the developers here that there will be some extra gameplay involving a snowmobile. They say initially you will use the snowmobile, I think, to get to this base here, and then also they're going to include a point attack or a time attack type of bonus minigame that involves that snowmobile. So it might feature pretty heavily in this patch, actually. So you see there, Prompto just did a takedown of the enemy, a stealth takedown. So if you can sneak up behind enemies or get close to them unnoticed, you'll be able to do a stealth takedown, and when you do that, you'll actually be able to take the weapon that they are carrying. You can see Prompto now has a submachine gun on his back, and he's able to switch to that on the weapon wheel, which is on the bottom left-hand corner. And you can see up the top he has the pistol. On the left he has like a baton or a billy club or a police weapon. And then on the right he has that submachine gun. Now it's stated that you will keep the baton and the pistol, but the weapon on the right is one that you can swap out and change and grab from different enemies. It's unclear whether we're going to be able to use the bottom slot for anything yet, but we have seen screenshots of a sniper rifle being used, so that's interesting. Here you can see him doing the melee attacks, and you can use a move called crackshot, which will pop like an execution type move. And I believe that's initiated by doing the melee, and then you wait for a certain cue, and then you hit X or I think triangle to do the crackshot, which will, it looks like it kind of does an execute to them and does a big sum of damage. So apart from that, you can see on the left there we have the tech bar or the tech skill bar, and at the moment they only really showed off one, but not all that much really. But we can see he does have the star shell tech, and he also has a selfie tech, and you'll get to see them use the selfie tech in a second, but otherwise we don't see him use the techs otherwise. So here again we got the melee, and then he finishes off with that crackshot attack, or I think they call him the crackshot attack. Anyway, it's like an execute attack. And they've also talked about that during the game, the gameplay will run for about, they said 2 hours, but I think that would probably be a little bit generous. I would say maybe 1 to 1.5, judging by what they said from episode Gladiolus. And during it, you're going to get different missions. I from the looks of it, they're not going to be very complex missions. We saw one at the start where they had to shoot someone 3 times with the pistol. Here you have to put 20 shots with the submachine gun into somebody. So I imagine they would follow that type of archetype. So apart from anything else, they said there is going to be extra modes, like I mentioned before. The Snowmobile kind of time attack or point mode or whatever it may be will be an extra little addition to it. And also he said once you finish the game, you will also get like extra modes or features. And he compared it to where we got to battle against Core in episode Gladiolus. So we can expect maybe a challenging fight or something really cool to finish off the gameplay. Here you can see him use the selfie shot tech. It says that you can actually take screenshots with foes as well. So maybe mid-battle you can get Prompto kind of putting his arm around the enemy and taking a quick shot before he gets shot himself. But that could be an interesting thing for pictures for any of you photo buffs out there. But otherwise, that's pretty much what we know of the DLC at the moment, that it's been confirmed anyway. You can see in-game that is Prompto's new costume. I would assume that we will be able to unlock it somehow, maybe like Gladiolus with his rugged attire, maybe through doing the time attack or the score attack mode. But as soon as I've got more information on that, I'll make a guide and I'll definitely let you guys know. So what do you guys think of this expansion or this episode? I think it's looking really quite good, and I'm quite excited for it. I don't think that this should have been included in the game. I think the gameplay looks unique enough that it can stand on its own as a DLC. It'll be interesting to see how it controls, but it's looking alright at the moment. It's important to note that that was a very early build, so that's definitely not going to be the finished product, but we can pretty much assume something similar to that. So anyway guys, if you like this video, please leave a thumbs up. If you got any comments or suggestions, then leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't subscribed already, then please do so. Because on June the 27th, when episode Prompto comes out, I am going to be releasing a lot of information on the episode and guides and walkthroughs and streams and everything. So make sure you're subscribed and you've hit that notification button. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. This has been Lemon Eating Cow. Moo, 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 moo.